What's up, everybody? Today we are in Lisbon, Portugal, in this beautiful botanical gardens. Of course, I am breaking the rules and not wearing shoes like all the other morons out there. Today I want to talk about how you can get a hot wife that loves you. There's 2 steps to this. A lot of people have a hot wife that doesn't love them. You know, it's this trophy wife who he's bought, from the Ukraine or from India, this arranged marriage, right? It's like a hot wife, but she doesn't really love him. And then the second part is also true in some people. Lots of people have their wife that loves them, but she's not hot. And when you have the best of both worlds, a wife who's hot and one that loves you, you have the Holy Grail. Now, there are 3 steps to this. Look, feel, and perform. And all 3 are important. So let me break this down for you. When I started my journey in 2013, all I really wanted was a hot wife. But I knew that I couldn't just get a hot wife because 1, I had no experience with women. I was scared to approach girls. And I also knew that a lot of the hot women that I saw were with certain types of men. Okay? Now, for example, when I was in Vegas, right, I used to believe that looks don't matter, right? The Holy Trinity is look, feel, perform, right? What I used to think is that looks don't matter because when I was in Vegas with RSD and then in LA and many, many different places in the US and all over the world, they made me believe that all that matters is this thing called game, right? You go to a girl, you talk to her, you game her, you use female psychology to make her fall for you, and then you fuck her and you make her your girlfriend. And they always had this thought, looks don't matter, looks don't matter, looks don't matter. And I fucking believed it. I believed it because I felt that I was not a good-looking guy. And maybe that's true. Maybe I wasn't a good-looking guy. I'm not sure. But at least I felt that I wasn't a good-looking guy. I was a nerd. And because I felt that about myself, and a lot of geeks out there like me who never had a girlfriend and they feel that they don't deserve a hot girl, they think they're ugly. A lot of guys think they're ugly. So I thought that. When I was a kid, no one told me that I'm beautiful. No one told me that I look good in different types of clothes. So I really immersed myself in books. I basically buried myself and I masked myself in academics and getting straight A's. But then when I was in Vegas and I was seeing all these hot girls who I wanted to be with, not necessarily marry, but I definitely wanted to hook up with them, have sex with them. I knew that the guys that they were with, they looked good. There weren't some ugly guys that were banging hot girls. Now, of course, they're gonna make you believe that, right? The RSD culture or the pickup culture or the dating culture who's all into game, they're gonna make you think that game is everything and looks don't matter. They're gonna convince you of that. But when you look at the real facts, listen, dude, I've lived in cities which have the hottest women, right? Montreal, LA, Vegas, Kiev, Warsaw, any country, any city you can imagine. I've been to Bali. I mean, all over the world I've been. And I've been in Europe, right? All over Europe. All those girls who are hot, they're with hot guys. Of course you see every now and then some guy who's fat and funny and he doesn't give a fuck and there's some hot girl with him. But is she gonna marry him? Are they gonna stay together for the next 80 years? I don't think so. And so don't let that shit trick you because that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna Find someone who tries to convince you that looks don't matter. You don't need to go work out. You don't need to eat healthy. You don't need to take care of yourself. You don't need to clean yourself. And you're going to buy into that. So when I was in Vegas and I saw with my eyes that all these hot girls are with really good looking guys who also have the other two qualities, which I'm about to talk about, that's what really changed my life. And I remember when I was in Las Vegas, I read this book, The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. And that really opened my eyes because I was like, oh, holy shit. The obstacle that I have in my life right now, looking good, and then I'm going to get into the other two problems that I had very soon, it really clicked for me. And that's when I left Vegas. And that's when I realized that in order for me to get a hot wife who loves me, I need to look good. And what does looking good mean? That means you have to be shredded. Like, don't be obese. I don't care about these fucking dating apps and what they're trying to convince you. I'm telling you from real life experience. I never thought in a million years that I would get a hot wife that loves me more than I love myself. This was a big gift from God. And I'm gonna tell you step by step what I did in this video so you can replicate that. And don't think it's gonna be some magic pill easy thing that you can just wake up one day and then manifest some shit. It doesn't work like that. You have to do hard work. You have to fucking hustle like I did. And all the guys that I know who are struggling today, getting hot girls to love them and marry them and become their girlfriend, I know that they don't have these three qualities that I'm telling you. So the first one is look good. Now, how do you do that? I used to be 45 pounds overweight. I transformed my body. I transformed my physique. I got a six-pack. I became muscular. I was a scrawny little nerd back in the day. How did I do it? Well, I had to first trust that this thing was important. And I'm telling you right now, if you fully believe that looking good is important, you will figure it out. And look, I've made a shit ton of nutrition videos, diet videos. You can also follow me on Instagram. I post even the photos of my food there. So you can really transform your life by eating the right foods and avoiding the fucking junk food. You feel me? All that crap you're eating, the shitty restaurant food, the cheap food, the toxic food that you get at the grocery store that's in a package. Stop eating that shit. You have to remove toxicity from your life. And that includes Diet Coke and Coke Zero and all the artificial shit you should not be eating. So, you want to know more about diet and how to look good? You can comment below and I'll make a brand new video about that. Ask me specific questions. But that is the first part of the Holy Trinity. You have to look good. What's the second one? Feel. You have to feel confident. Inside, you have to have high self-esteem. Now, I did not grow up in an environment which enabled me to have high self-esteem. In fact, my self-esteem was very low. That's why I went and got the amazing grades. I went and made sure that I made straight A's to make sure that my parents loved me. I did not feel whole inside. I felt emptiness inside. So I had to fill up that emptiness with validation and getting things so people would love me, like getting amazing grades, being the first one in my class, having the hardest classes of anyone in my entire high school. That was me. Now, how do you feel confident? First of all, why is it important to feel confident? Confidence is the number one thing other people can detect in you. Yes, you can fake confidence, right? You can pretend that you're competent at stuff. Because what is confidence really? It's being competent at something, a skill, a behavior, something that you are, something that you can teach, some quality that you have that nobody else has. That's confidence. It equals competence. Now, some people can fake that. You see all over social media, people are showing their lives. They're faking competence by showing that they are confident and they're not. But the cool thing about human beings is that, especially the hot girls, they will fucking detect your real confidence. Now, here's the thing. There are naive girls out there that you can game, that I've gamed in the past when I was not really confident. I got them, right? I slept with them. But they did not love me for who I was. Because if you start faking, you will not feel good. You will feel horrible inside. You may be able to fake it. You may be able to pretend that you're fine. But at the end of the day, you will not feel honest. You will not feel authentic. So the concept of feeling confidence is about being who you are for real and having the ability to show who you are to other people. No fucks given. Like, look, right here, right? I'm grounded here. Other people are wearing shoes. I don't give a fuck because I feel that what I'm doing is correct. And I'm very confident in that because I have the knowledge of grounding. I know that this is getting all the free electrons from the earth into my body and lowering my inflammation. I know that as a fact. So that's the second one. When I met my wife, I had the feeling of confidence. Yes, I was scared to approach her. When I saw her for the first time, I was fucking scared to go there and talk to her. But I did it. I fucking did it. Because I felt something inside me that I have to do this right now. And I did it, thank God. But that didn't just happen by waking up at night one day and feeling confident. That's not how it works, bro. Confidence is built in a man over time. So let me tell you what happened. In 2013, when I got my degree, when I graduated with a PhD in neuroscience from McGill, I was like, I don't know. I felt like maybe I'm gonna die a virgin. Maybe it was so hard for me to like be confident in approaching a girl, like a hot girl. I always thought I was not good enough, right? So what did I do? I traveled from city to city with one goal in mind. Whenever I try, because if you guys have been following this channel for a while, you know that I've traveled all over the world. And one thing that I asked, the only question that I ever asked myself before I traveled to a new city is, does this city have hot girls? In fact, I got a job offer from Mike Merzenich, who's the founder of neuroplasticity in San Francisco at UCSF. He offered me a job, a 6-figure salary, and I rejected it because the job was in San Francisco. And San Francisco doesn't have any hot girls. It's full of ugly girls, right? You know this. So I rejected that job offer. And my one ask was, will I be able to meet hot girls in the city? And am I gonna be very scared and very nervous in this city because of how many hot girls there are? That was the only question I asked myself. So to feel confidence, I had to approach, get rejected, feel horrible. That discomfort, that pain that I felt, you gotta feel. You have to feel that. Because if you are on dating apps, this fucking Tinder and whatever the hell they have, Match and OkCupid, all this crap, it is a fucking detriment to your masculinity. You need to stop that. You need to meet girls in real life. Go back to grassroots. I don't care about your excuses. Oh, I don't have time. The girls are this way. They're feminist. Fuck you. Travel to a different country. Go to a different city. Figure it out. When I started my entrepreneurship journey, when I started my companies, you remember, I'm a scientist. I'm a nerd. And I went from being a super nerdy scientist to continue to be a scientist, but also make a new formula for a testosterone supplement. I boosted my testosterone and doubled it using the supplement and lifestyle habit changes. right? I did that. I doubled my testosterone. I went on this journey. And as I did that, I traveled to all of these different cities, approaching girls. I would be studying all the new science stuff, all the neuroscience stuff, and the testosterone knowledge. I would be reading all those books and papers at night and in the evening, but during the day, I would be out approaching girls, man. As a fucking PhD, I was $250,000 in debt. I didn't give a fuck because the feeling of confidence is all I cared about. So you need to hustle. This ain't some easy game that people will tell you, oh, it's easy. Just like I told you about the first part, looking good. It's not easy. You have to make some fucking changes in your life, man. It's not some tiny 5% tweak. You gotta make some real changes to transform, and it starts from right here inside your fucking brain. So that's the second part, feel. Okay, now let's get to the third part, which is my favorite, perform. No matter what happens, you can look amazing, you can feel amazing, but if you can't perform in bed, if you can't perform in the gym, or you don't have to go to the gym, you can work out at your house. I work out at my house every day. If you can't perform at work, if you can't perform in your daily life with your family, and I mean speaking to them, expressing yourself fully, then you lose. Because you can look amazing, you can have your six-pack muscular body, you can feel confident inside, but if you can't act and perform that confidence, then you will lose. Now, how do you do that? Well, first step is you need to admit that you can't perform. Now, when I first started my journey, I couldn't perform in bed. I had ED, right? Erectile dysfunction. I could not get my dick up. I had a lot of performance anxiety. I had many, many different problems when it came to erections. My blood flow wasn't there. I was very much fucked up in the head. So the transmitters and hormones in the brain weren't working well. My testosterone was low. I was addicted to porn, basically for 20 years. Hardcore for 20 years. Like really, really hardcore. And in the last 4 years, I haven't watched any porn because I made a promise to myself, and I'll make that another video how to do that. But if you can admit to yourself that you suck in bed, which I did, I admit this to myself, and I took it as an obstacle, I could not stand having this girl be frustrated right in front of me who thought that she was ugly and that's why I could not get an erection with her. I couldn't stand that. And because I admitted that to myself, I admitted that I am this failure, but I had the confidence to go on the journey and I had enough belief in myself to know that I could do it. I did not have mentors like you have me here. I did not have these types of mentors. Of course I had mentors. I had RSD Tyler, I had Elliot Hulse, but a mentor like me, I did not have. You have me here. So listen to what I'm saying. You need to learn how to fuck and fuck well. But the only way you're gonna learn how to fuck well is by being emotionally charged, by being emotionally whole with the girl you're with. I could not fuck well if the girl and I did not have good chemistry. It took me time to trust the girl enough to get that fucking hard-on erection with her. And the best sex I've had is with my current wife. Nothing else even comes close. So to all of you guys looking for a rotation, I got these comments in my previous videos about, oh, Doc, make a video about how to do a rotation. I think that's a bad idea. Because when you think in your brain, I used to be like that, I know, that I want a rotation, you are seeing yourself as a very shallow person. To see depth inside your own soul, you should be with one woman. Monogamy. Give your entire soul to this woman, and I guarantee you, bro, she will love you so much that you can't even imagine, you won't be able to love yourself as much as she loves you. And that is what I've experienced with my wife. And I wouldn't trade this for the world, So how do you learn how to fuck good? Well, I went on a journey and I learned a lot of Tantra practices. I went and I got a Tantra coach, which I still have, by the way. And I've learned a lot from him. And now I'm teaching other people. And one of the ways that Tantra helps you is that it helps you improve your prostate. Right? A lot of guys, they have a problem with their prostate health. It's really bad. So you have to improve your prostate. You have to get blood flow into your penis. There's a lot of exercises, solo practice that you could do, but you have to make a commitment to do it, right? I committed to myself 10 years ago when I started this journey, 12 years ago in 2013. Bro, I swear to you, I told myself, Farhan, give yourself 10 years. I know you're 32. I was 31, 32 at the time when I finished my PhD. Give yourself 10 years and go all in. And I gave myself 10 years. And I got there in basically 10 years, maybe a little bit less. So I don't care what your age is, you can't take a shortcut with this. Get your fitness right. Look good. Like, look amazing. Get your fucking self shredded. You need to work out at home? Work out at home. You need to go to the gym? You go to the gym. Do shit you love. You want to swim? Go swim. You want to lift weights? Lift weights. You want to dance? Dance. You want to run? Run. You want to walk? Walk. But move. Move. Okay. Feel? Your confidence, it's all about testosterone. Get the best herbs that you can. If you want to take my supplement Aphro-D, there's a link in the description. Go get it. We know that this works because guys have doubled their testosterone using this supplement. Now that's up to you. If you want to take it, take it. And the third, performance. Has to do with your testosterone, but it also has to do with techniques that you can do at home to get your performance in the bedroom handled. Okay, so this is it. I'm telling you the fucking truth. I'm telling you with full authenticity exactly what I've gone through in life because I want you to succeed. I want you to take the lessons I've learned and apply them to your own life. All right, that's the video for today. This is Doc Testosterone. I'm here in the badass botanical gardens in Lisbon, Portugal, and I will see you next time.